Karibu sana ndani ya hili jumba la Senate. Hili ni jumba ambalo utajifundisha mengi. Utaketi na watu waheshimiwa ambao wamekuwa na experience kubwa. Kwa hiyo utaweza kujifundisha na na hakika utaweza kufaulu katika njia zako zote za kutekeleza kazi yako ya seneta. La mwisho, watu wa Garissa hamukukosea hata kidogo. Mulionyesha msimamo, mmeonyesha matumaini, na nataka kusema kwamba wazee wale wa kule Garissa ni wazee ambao wakiketi na wakiongea na wakimuombea Mungu, na hakika ndugu yetu Abdul ako na maisha marefu, Mwenyezi Mungu atampa, na ushujaa utaendelea kuonekana, na usaidizi hususan kwa watu wa Garissa utaweza kupatikana kama vile vile mzee alikuwa akiwapatia matumaini watu wa Garissa. Nataka pia vile vile kwa kumalizia kabisa, Bwana Spika, ukiniruhusu, kwa Waislamu wote ambao hivi sasa ndugu yetu amekuja ndani ya bunge la Senate, huu ni mwezi mtukufu ambao tutauanza kama ni kesho, ambapo watu Waislamu wote katika Kenya watakuwa katika kufunga katika mwezi huu mtukufu, na mimi nawatakia kila laheri Waislamu wote katika Kenya kwamba wawe na mwezi mtukufu wa Ramadhan na Mwenyezi Mungu awe nao pamoja. Shukran Bwana Spika.
Senator Argura.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'd like to join my colleagues in congratulating and welcoming my brother Abdul Kadir Muhammad Yusuf Haji, the new senator for Garissa. On my own behalf and on behalf of the people of Marsabit County, people who are very grateful to his late father, Senator Muhammad Yusuf Haji, because when we went through what we went through in 2013 after the first elections under the new constitution, it took his intervention and that of former Speaker Francis Ole Kaparo to bring order to the people of Marsabit County, especially Moyale area, where people had gone to extremes which they have never gone before, burning their houses, some of them even becoming refugees in the neighboring country. Mr. Speaker, the election of Senator Abdul Kadir is something unique, especially to the pastoralist people in this country. Recently, I was talking to a public servant on an issue concerning some government issues in my county, and that public servant coming from the non-pastoralist part of this country was very bitter about how us pastoralists conduct our issues on tribal and clans line. We fight and we also do all our things in that direction. Surprisingly, in the same breath, he mentioned the name of the late Senator Yusuf Haji, saying that except for among the leaders he has seen from northern Kenya who are not involved in that tribal clan angle in terms of doing things, was Senator the late Muhammad Yusuf Haji. And now again, the people of Garissa in his honor has done something which the pastoralists of this country, especially from northern Kenya, need to emulate. That we need to use this opportunity to make sure that we practice this kind of negotiated democracy where we use it to unite us instead of always dividing ourselves along these clan and tribal lines, which I'm sure the people of Garissa now have shown that it's something we can overcome. Let's even implement it even in our own ways of life, the way we live, and we also can overcome this issue of clashes over pasture and all those things in honor of this kind of a great leader who the people of Garissa have already shown. Lastly, I'd like to welcome you, my brother, to this house and tell you that we normally say the first time you're given, the second time it's you to work for it. Now you have the opportunity to work for this and prove to the people of Garissa that you have to task and you can represent them so that they can give you another chance. Welcome. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Mary. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for also giving me a chance to welcome Senator Abdul Haji. On my behalf, and on behalf of the people of Kajiado County, I also want to congratulate him and welcome him to the Senate. Mr. Speaker, his late father, Senator Yusuf Haji, was a well-known senator by the people of Kajiado when he worked as a PC for many years in the Rift Valley. He was somebody who was really valued because of his much knowledge on issues to do with the pastoralists. And therefore, we are happy that the people of Garissa have extended that value to his son, and so by giving him a chance to serve in this house. I just want to wish him well, and I also want to pray for him as he serves the people of Garissa. And I want to really urge him to look at policies and legislations that will help the people of Garissa and also the pastoralist communities as a whole. And I also want to tell him that his father, whom I used to sit right behind him, because I used to sit where you are seated now, used to interact well with all Kenyans, used to interact well with women, used to interact well with the pastoralist communities, and especially when there are issues that are dealing with our marginalized communities. He is somebody who was rich in knowledge. He was somebody who could read quite a lot. I remember the last time we spoke with him before he became sick. We were looking at the boundaries of Makueni and Kajiado, where there is some dispute. And he was somebody with a lot of knowledge. Even without looking at the books, he could tell you a very big history concerning our counties. And so we wish you well, and we also want to thank the people of Garissa so much because of entrusting that responsibility to you and the family as a whole and the leadership of Garissa County. We also want to urge you to also oversight those resources that your late dad used to really fight for them, because you will always stand for the allocation of counties in whichever side of the debate that will make sure that benefits goes to our counties. And so I want to urge you that even as you serve the nation as a whole, make sure that you also be very specific and very alert on issues that goes to the people of Garissa, and especially the resources that goes to Garissa County. Make sure that they are used well, and they are used also in a transparent way. Thank you.
Leader of majority, the rest I will give you an opportunity in our second order.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me take the earliest opportunity to join you and join the Senate in welcoming the latest and newest member, Abdul Haji, the Senator for Garissa. Mr. Speaker, I want to congratulate the young senator from Garissa, for Garissa, whom I have had the privilege of working with and knowing, and that is on top of course, working with his father, the late Yusuf Haji. Mr. Speaker, let me also take this opportunity to wish him and his family the happiest and the moment that they have now. I want to say to the people of Garissa, thank you. The people of Garissa have shown wisdom in making sure that they do not disrupt progress. And indeed, Mr. Speaker, the people of Garissa have not known any disruption since they lost their senator, the late Yusuf Haji, because as soon as he passed on as a speaker, the young son, who is now a senator, and the team seen up there, took up the challenge and continued with the activities of the senator, and so the people of Garissa never felt a loss in terms of the work that was in progress. And so the coming in of young Abdul is not at all a surprise for most of us who know him and who know his credentials that he comes with. Mr. Speaker, I want to also thank the members of the Senate who helped. I remember Deputy Majority Leader working very hard to make sure that we have this swearing in today, and many of the members who supported that. My only advice I can say to Abdul is you are now a full senator. You should not take anything in half measures. You are the senator for Garissa. You are basically in your full shoes, and there is no more excuses about whether you are now new or inexperienced. We know that you can run and do the work that is before you. Just know that you have been elected to the majority side, and I want to tell you that you are on the right side of the House. The main thing that you need to remember is that we have offices, and the office of the Majority Leader, the office of the Chief Whip, the office of the other, of the Speaker, the offices of the Deputy are open. We have an open door policy and you can come in. By the way, you need to know that there are some, of course, I know everybody wants to push you to think in terms of some side shows. There are some side shows that you had from Mutula Kiloso Jr., people like Murkomen and others about a team that was there. That's history. It was gone. We now have a good and balanced formula that has been used in this year's revenue. Mr. Speaker, I just want to encourage ourselves that when a new senator comes in, and you saw that, Mr. Speaker, how it was done by the family, by saying that the leader of the minority in his own right, and the deputy leader on this side escort the young new senator. That already makes sure that we are working across the aisle with each other, and that was a very good thing that they did, to be seen, to be working across the aisle. Ramadan Mubarak to you and your family, and to all Muslims in this country and the world as they start this journey that is about to start it today and maybe tomorrow. But Mr. Speaker, we all want to welcome the young senator from Garissa. We call him young, and somebody has already said, of course he's young because I'm older. He's older than some of these other people around here. But for him, I call him young because I know him that way. The Speaker, I want to conclude by saying that Yusuf Haji trained his family well. He traveled this country with his family wherever he worked. And so they are already nationalists. And Abdul was always there, everywhere where the father went. And so he's a nationalist, and that's why he portrayed heroism that we all know. And so he can do it here. He's eloquent, he's brave, and he can run the county of Garissa and be part of the national agenda. Our congratulations again, and welcome to the Senate. Thank you.
Next order.
Take your seat.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Honorable Senators, it is my pleasure and privilege to welcome you to this special sitting. I hope that you have been adhering to the COVID-19 protocols and have now been vaccinated. Honorable Senators, on the request of the Senate Majority Leader and with the support of the requisite number of senators, I appointed today, Tuesday, 13th April 2021, as a day for a special sitting of the Senate-wide Gazette Notice number 3298, dated 9th April 2021. In the Gazette Notice, I indicated that the business to be transacted at this special sitting shall be swearing in of the Senator-elect for Garissa County and the consideration of the Division of Revenue Bill, National Assembly Bills number 7 of 2021. Honorable Senators, as you may recall, the Division of Revenue Bill, National Assembly Bill number 7 of 2021 was tabled in the Senate on 30th March 2021 pursuant to Article 218, 1A of the Constitution and Standing Order 181, which provide that at least 2 months before the end of each financial year, there shall be introduced in Parliament a Division of Revenue Bill. Further, Standing Order number 181.3 provides that the Senate is required to conclude the consideration of the Division of Revenue Bill not later than 14 days after it has been introduced. Honorable Senators, the Division of Revenue Bill, National Assembly Bill number 7 of 2021 is critical because it provides for the division of revenue raised nationally among the national and county levels of government as required by Article 218 of the Constitution. Further, the Supreme Court advisory reference number 3 of 2019 noted that the enactment of an appropriation act cannot precede the enactment of the Division of Revenue Act. The appropriation bill is crucial as it authorizes the national government to withdraw money from the consolidated fund for the expenditure of the national government. Consequently, the timely passage of the Division of Revenue Bill, National Assembly Bills number 7 of 2021 is critical as it will inform the annual budget estimates and the appropriation bill. This is the reason for convening this special sitting, and as provided in Standing Order 137.2, we shall consider the bill at second reading, committee of the whole, and the third reading. Honorable Senators, in accordance with Standing Order number 35, the business specified in the Gazette Notice and as outlined in the order paper shall be the only business before the Senate during the special sitting, following which the Senate shall stand adjourned until Tuesday, 11th May 2021 at 10 a.m. In accordance with the Senate calendar. I thank you. But before we do that, just like I've said, we shall adjourn until May. I would like to take this opportunity to give Senator Abdul Kadir Mohamed Haji an opportunity to make his maiden speech before we proceed. Senator Haji.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir, thank you for giving me this opportunity to address this honorable House. I want to begin by expressing my gratitude to the Almighty God. I'm grateful for His never-ending grace, mercy, and blessings, which have seen me through these past very difficult weeks. As I rise to speak for the very first time today, I feel a profound sense of gratitude to the people of Garissa County. It is a remarkable privilege and honor they have given me to serve as their senator. The people of Garissa are an optimistic, hopeful, patriotic, hardworking, and determined people. A people defined by their values, traditions, culture, and artifacts handed down by previous generations. A people with high aspirations for a better future and who continue to overcome great odds to play their part in nation building. This is the character of the people I represent, and these are the people I am honored to serve. To the elders, political leaders, women and youth leaders of Garissa County, I say thank you. You have shown what is possible when everyone is brought together at the table of brotherhood. You have shown that it is possible to reach a consensus. In the course of my service, I want to assure you that my key agenda will be to always strive to ensure that no matter whatever difference in opinion or position on issues, we will always have a platform to express them, be heard, to reach a consensus for the good of our people and counties. I want to assure you that I will strive and do my very best to uphold the trust you have placed in me to be your voice inside and outside this House. I also want to thank my party leader, the President, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, and my party for the overwhelming show of confidence and support. Mr. Speaker, sir, I also want to thank the honorable members here for their message of congratulations, and to just mention that they have put more pressure on me than I came. They've spoken very kind words, and I want to thank them. Mr. Speaker, I stand before you today a new member with much to learn about the workings of this House. But one thing that has stood out for me so far is the warm welcome I have received from the honorable members and the staff who dedicatedly serve this House so admirably. For this, I say I am grateful. Honorable members, my sense of reverence for this Senate is enhanced in the realization that this third Senate, since the formation of the Republic, that this is the third Senate since the formation of the Republic. The first Senate was constituted between 1963 to 1966. The second sat between 2013 and 2017, and I am privileged to be part of the third sitting. As I reflect on this honorable institution, it is not lost on me that historically, the Kenyan Senate has always been formed at pivotal moments whenever our country has tried to re-engineer, renew, and rebirth itself. Indeed, the Senate has never grappled with easy issues. It has been faced with enormous challenges, and I would like to illustrate briefly. When the first Senate was formed, at the formation of the Republic, it faced the challenge of a young nation trying to break free from the shackles of colonialism. The second Senate was birthed when Kenya ushered in a new constitutional dispensation. It was faced with the challenge of bringing to life the new constitutional order and setting up the foundations of ideals and aspirations contained therein. The third convention of the Senate, which I now join, is also faced with tough challenges. The COVID-19 pandemic has tragically exposed the risks humanity faces and how unprepared we are to respond. People's health, well-being, and livelihoods are all affected. We are faced with a crisis which has only served to reveal various cracks in the fabric of our nationhood. Make no mistake, this is a crisis faced world over. The pandemic is grappling in every state in this world of ours, and we're no exception. However, an honest look at our country shows that it has only revealed the growing economic and social inequalities that existed way before and have only been worsened through the pandemic. I joined this House at a time when my people in Garissa and all Kenyans are experiencing unprecedented tough times. We are losing Kenyans to COVID, 2,300 and counting. These are not just statistics. They are fathers, mothers, sons, daughters, grandparents, and friends. Families are in pain. As someone who has undergone the loss of a loved one, I know this pain all too well. It is a pain made worse by the uncertainty of what the future holds. Does this Senate have a role in easing the collective pain we have undergone and continue to experience as a country? Does this third Senate have a role in renewing the collective dreams, hopes, and aspirations of Kenyans? In my humble opinion, we have a role. The Constitution empowers us to represent the interests of the counties and their governments. And in this, I read that the debates and decisions we make, especially during these challenging times, must be empathetic to the people we represent in those counties. We must show empathy by being creative in how we make sure that the resources we oversight for our counties create a much needed relief for our people. We must show our empathy by questioning our county governments on how they have utilized resources meant for improving healthcare over the years, and especially during the pandemic period. We must show our empathy to the people we represent when we condemn and swiftly act on any corruption that robs our counties of its future and potential. Mr. Speaker, sir, it is not my intent to sound presumptuous. It is my first day, however. And it is not my intention to sound or seem to advise my senior colleagues, not at all. But when you're relatively youthful, as I am, then the burden of expectations by the young people of Garissa County and Kenya at large bears heavy upon my shoulders. In fact, in the messages of congratulations sent to me by these young people, they're also asking me to figure out a way in which we can help expand the scope of opportunities for them. Many are grappling with unemployment and underemployment. During this COVID pandemic period and post-COVID, we will be entering an age where work and jobs will be more fundamentally disrupted than at any point in the history of our country. As at Friday, April 9, 2021, the population of Kenya was just over 54.6 million, with the average age being between 20 years. These majority youth are discouraged and disillusioned by the uncertainty, the future they face. I joined this honorable house from the private sector, having been a small business owner. I want to present to this third Senate that perhaps one way we shall imprint ourselves into the annals of history is when we figure a way through which we can support the county governments to create an enabling environment in which the youth can create small businesses which are facilitated to thrive. This will in turn help the county governments raise revenue and bridge the deficits they are currently running, and more importantly, deal with the challenge of youth unemployment. Like I said earlier, I am still very new, and I look forward to be guided on how I can serve to make this reality for the youth in our counties. As I draw to an end, I want to thank all those who supported me from across the political spectrum. I received invaluable support from all the different political caucuses, and I don't take this for granted. In fact, it has made me reflect on the possibilities of what we can achieve when we put unity of purpose above divisive partisanship. We have before us an opportunity to set aside anything that divides us and work together to confront the challenges we face during this pandemic period. Mr. Speaker, sir, as I draw to a close, I want to talk about someone who means so much to me. To the honorable senators here, my father was a friend, a colleague. To the people of Garissa, he was their son, their elder, and their servant. And to Kenyans, a long-serving public servant. But to me, he was my father. And please allow me to speak about him briefly. Honorable members, I am humbled to follow into this house in the footsteps of my father. He was my mentor, whose value and views I carry with me to these honorable chambers. I also thank you all, honorable members. Mr. Speaker, sir, upon his passing on February 15th, 2021, the Honorable Senator, Senior Counsel, James Orengo, moved a motion in this very House paying tribute to my father. I thank him very, very much. I also thank all the honorable members who stood up one after the other as they gave moving speeches, remembering him with so many kind words. I thank you all. As a family, we watched you pay your tributes and also learned so many new things about our father. And on behalf of the entire family, and especially on behalf of my mother, I thank you all. And God bless you all. What can I say about the world's greatest dad? I know it's a cliche for a son to say that about his father. But to us, his children, he was simply the best and the greatest. Dad was honorable. He was kind. He was more than fair. He was gentle, loving, and so giving. He was always quick to forgive. He forgave anybody and everybody. He never ever kept a grudge, or he was never pushed to get back at someone. It just wasn't in his nature. He loved us, his family. He was an incredible husband to my mother, a wonderful father to us, a loving grandfather, a patient teacher, and a dependable friend. He taught us so much, and more often than not, he taught us through his actions, for he was a man of very few words. We learned so many things from him, and I miss him so much. I know we have all heard this before, that life is short, and you don't know what you have until it is gone. This has been my reality since his departure. My dad was tough on us, his children, more so on my brother because he was older than me. In retrospect, there was wisdom in this. I'm also humbled by my mom's strength over the past few days and her ability to focus on the amazing life she shared with my dad and not dwell on what she has lost. I hope that through this I can find strength from her example and be there for her whenever she needs me. For years, Mom and Dad shared everything life could offer together. They were a great team supporting each other in every way. I remember growing up, my dad used to work a lot, travel a lot. We would move from province to province or district to district. Senator asked how many schools we went to. I went to 8 primary schools in my life. My dad would not have us stay in another town and him stay in another town. I remember one time I asked my mother, "Why does Dad work so much?" She looked at me and said, "All fathers work hard. All fathers work a lot." I didn't realize it then, but that was one of the biggest lessons I learned from my father, the value of hard work. He woke up every day, put on his shoes, and went to work. Even when he was unwell, he would get up and go to work. He truly believed that if you work hard, treated people with respect, helped where you could, and with a little luck from God, you would have a meaningful life. He showed strength and love right up until his last days with us. I loved my dad. I loved the times I spent with him, whether it was just talking at home, at his workplace, or on the campaign trail, because there were always lessons to be learned. I just realized this very morning that the month of Ramadan has started. This is a month where families get together, break their fast together, and worship together. This will be the first month of Ramadan in my life that I spend without my dear father. It is not lost on me, and I can never forget that I'm here today as the Senator of Garissa County due to the grace of God and because of the heritage my father has left. He bequeathed us, his children, with something more valuable than all the treasures of this world. He left us with incredible and reliable friends. Many friends, I can't even keep up with all of them, who are still sending us messages of what he meant to them. We are truly blessed and grateful to our late father. I pray to God, like a son prays for his late father, that God receives him in his mercy, protect him from the trials of the grave, provide him with light and honorable company in the grave. And I pray to God to wipe away all his sins and grant him the highest accord. Amen. It is said that we must not only hope for the best, but also work for it. The wonderful people of Garissa have continued to raise my hopes through their determined spirits, resilience, hard work, and patriotism. And I look forward to getting to work for them and for this wonderful country, Kenya. I am also optimistic and I'm hopeful that we as leaders can collectively create a great future for this country. Mr. Speaker, sir, once again, I thank you and I thank all the honorable members here. And I pray to God to bless us. God bless our nation. Mr. Speaker, sir, I yield the floor back to you.
So I'm getting in trouble. Madam Speaker, senators are people. Madam Speaker, the following paper on the table of the Senate today, Tuesday, 13th April 2021. Report of the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget on its consideration of the Division of Revenue Bill, National Assembly Bill number 7 of 2021.
We need to sanitize this microphone. Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, I request that this very good report be circulated at the earliest for benefit of members, or alternatively, or simultaneously, request that it is posted on our various platforms so that members can have a benefit of it as we commence the debate on division of revenue. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Circulating the report either online or in another form. What I was requesting is that since members are not seized and it is a very critical document, we can also suspend the House until the afternoon so that we can get time to seize the matter. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Senators, we seem to be having two challenges. Our microphones are not working. We still had about 35 minutes before we finish the session. I would now like to accept the proposal from Senator Gerard Gay so that we suspend the session until 2:30, in which case you will have done the reading and the technical team will have helped us to sort out the microphones. So the House therefore stands suspended until 2:30 p.m.